We had another incident. And look, I will tell you this. I don't blame Angel Reese for being mad because Bree Hartley pulls Angel Reese's hair. Okay? However, you can be mad and you don't have to lose complete control.
Angel Reese just tossed up a triple-double. But let's not get distracted by the stat sheet because the real headline was her sudden transformation into the WNBA's answer to Stone Cold Steve Austin. After a little hair tug, Reese flipped from player to action movie villain. Lashes flying, braids catching air, and enough side-eye to slice through a brick wall. The game might have ended, but the drama had just begun. This wasn't post-game emotion. It was a full-blown episode of Real Housewives of the Paint. And all that was missing was someone flipping a table at their home court. Her name may be Angel, but she's far from God. Okay, because this was a very spicy game. It was giving very passionate. It was giving aggressive. It was giving tenacity, being ferocious because why? Angel pressed both Bria Hartley, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, and Tina Charles. Okay, because Bria Hartley accidentally grabbed one of her braids. How do you accidentally pull somebody's hair? Come on now. Typically on a play like that, you're supposed to be guarding somebody and trying to go up for a layup or whatever she was doing. And like Bria Hartley just grabbed one of her pigtails, one of her braids that was braided down to her waist. And Angel, of course, had the right to react the way she did. Now, let's talk about the actual foul here. And it's not her field goal percentage. It's the hair grab, not the 10 boards, not the double-digit box score. No, it's the fact that in a professional league, someone decided it was totally fine to snatch another player's braid like she was shopping for wigs in a rush. And then Ree decides to swing her arms, ready to throw hands. How is this not being treated like the sports crime it is? NBA guys sneeze wrong and get texts, but Reese out here reeling in opponents like she's deep-sea fishing. If you think Reese should be suspended, comment meows down below. Let's go. And she's gonna pull Angel Reese's hair. Oh, here we go again. And you see Angel Reese pushed Olivia Nelson-Ododa, or Olivia Nelson-Ododo, right there. There's the hair pull. Now watch her just walk in to separate, and she has to lose her mind. You can't just grab hair and expect people to clap. This is an 8th grade gym class or a high school hallway scrap. It's the WNBA. And don't insult us by calling it incidental contact. That was a straight-up tactical yank, like she was trying to disarm a tripwire. Don't get me wrong, that hair pull should be a flagrant, but what Reese did is just as bad. And instead of calling it out, people bent over backward to frame her as the emotional underdog. She's just passionate. Oh, please. If someone so much as breathed in her direction, we'd already be halfway through a SportsCenter debate and a Twitter think piece. Angel Reese. Why does she get so tough with the little ones? Why does Angel Reese act like this big, tough, and rugged chick when it comes to the small people? You know, she likes to get at the smaller people on the court, but when a bigger person steps to her, she gets a little bit more timid and meek. But because it was Angel Reese, the league apparently responded with a group hug and a juice pouch. She racks up a triple-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and a solid 10 outbursts. And suddenly, it's like she reinvented the game of basketball. Triple-double or not, that performance was barely enough to impress her own shoelaces. But ESPN, they practically threw her a parade. Historic night for Angel Reese. Really? Historic for what? Cranking the drama dial up to 100 while shooting 28%. Now, Angel Reese today had a triple-double, and the world was probably going to explode on that. She had 11 assists, 2 turnovers only, which is actually pretty impressive. Her teammates obviously made some shots. She was only 2 of 7 from the field, so she shot 28 and 12% from the field to end up with her 10, 11 points, or whatever it was. And she got most of her points from the free throw line. But that wasn't the story of her game today against Connecticut. Yes, a triple-double is nice if you're not chucking up bricks like you're doing construction work, but somehow that low-efficiency stat line became the storyline of the week. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark drops a clean 30, takes more hits than a crash test dummy, and doesn't get a single headline unless it involves someone checking her into next week. Reese gets a mid-range stat night, and ESPN acts like she solved world hunger. Are we giving out MVPs based on vibes? Now, the story of her game today was hair pulling, and her reaction to her hair being pulled. And now in a vacuum, I actually don't have much issue with the reaction she had to her hair being pulled. I really don't. I can't say I have any issue with her reaction. Just being real. What I have an issue with is her being such a hypocrite because she's a hypocrite. And the irony? It's Olympic level. Angel Reese is out here treating her own hair like it's priceless Faberge crystal. One finger gets close and she's in full courtroom testimony mode. But someone else's braid? That's apparently open game. The double standard is blinding. You can't demand reverence for your curls while turning your opponent's scalp into a tug-of-war competition. That's not fierce. That's just hypocritical. So lads, today we're going to be talking about the Sun and Sky game. And the Sky got their third win of the season, putting them to third last in the W, which isn't. Like, they're 3-7. They're not good. Like they're not going to make. They're almost certainly not going to make playoffs, but at the end of the day, look, they're only a half game off the Mystics if the Mystics lose today. We also really want the Mystics to win today. The worst part isn't even the foul. It's the smugness afterward, that I did something legendary look, as if yanking hair and acting like you just won a Nobel Prize are somehow compatible. She struts like she authored the Constitution, and every text she earns is some misunderstood artistic expression. Angel Reese's whole act is exhausting. Not because she's competitive, but because she's constantly playing the misunderstood genius when she's just being messy. She walks into every arena like the league should be thankful she showed up. Every foul, never her fault. Every skirmish, clearly someone else disrespecting her. And the second anyone calls it out, they're just jealous. She treats every mild critique like it's a federal case, and any accountability like it's a personal attack. The attitude isn't confidence. It's deflection wrapped in drama. Some people say she's being unapologetically herself. Great. But if herself includes pulling hair and playing the victim simultaneously, maybe we stop applauding it. Trying to be the peacemaker, trying to be the de-escalator, she got pushed. Angel pushed her about. She said, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Run the fade right now. You done pulled my hair. You know what you did. You did it on purpose. And then Tina Charles, who's supposed to be like the calm, cool, collected one. The more mature one. The one who got all the skills and just the foresight, the wisdom. You know, she's older, she's mature. She's been in the season for like what? This is her 16th or 17th